you're just starting on the decluttering journey and you're not really sure where to start and how to categorize, these are some things that helped me put things in different categories. So if you're starting in your closet, which is a great place to start, don't get stuck on, well, I bought this, or it's nice, or it still has the tags, or whatever. If you haven't worn it in a year and it doesn't fit, or it reminds you of a past season, or maybe the item looked good on the model in the picture, but you don't really like how it fits, let it go. If you have shoes that every time you put them on, they're super uncomfortable and you don't like walking with them and they give you blisters, let them go. This is a really easy way to get your closets cleared out, give your hangers some space to move. And then you want to color coordinate in your closet as best you can. This really keeps things simple. It allows you to see what you have. It allows space to move between the items. Get yourself some nice hangers. I always get rid of the plastic and the wire hangers. If you have things sitting in dry cleaning bags, get rid of those. So nice wooden hangers or velvet hangers, and let some space between. This is going to feel really good when you get in your closet, and then it's going to allow you to select things that you really actually like wearing. The next thing that I would do is in the kitchen or anywhere else in the home. So if you have pieces that remind you of a past season that you don't like, maybe a season that you're trying to get out of, or the old version of yourself, let go of those items. If you're walking by something that is broken, and every time you see it, it reminds you that it's broken, it reminds you that it needs repairing, it reminds you that it's busted up, let it go. You're not going to get to it by always feeling like, oh, there's something that needs to be fixed, and something that, if you haven't fixed it yet, you're not going to fix it if it needs repairing or whatever. So these are some really easy indicators on letting things go and moving on, so you don't get stuck in the process. If you're also keeping things just out of guilt because it was a gift from someone, but you don't really like it, or you don't have use for it, but you don't want to get rid of it because that, either ask the person if they want it back or gift it to someone else, or just get rid of it. Don't overcomplicate these things. Remember that it's your life, it's your space, it's your sanity, and you don't owe anybody an explanation if you want to let go of something that they gave you. If they feel bad, that's on them. Things that are overly used, maybe you have something that is just so used it has holes, it's time to replace that item. Things that make you feel like the lower version of yourself, like these things remind you of the person that you don't want to be, or they remind you of somebody that you're trying to move past, or they remind you of somebody else in your life that you don't want to be reminded of. Let it go. So having things out of obligation, having things that you don't really use or you don't really love, keeping items that are just adding to the clutter and the noise. This is all it's all responding back to you. It's all making you feel a certain way. And so in your home, everything stems out of the house. Everything flows out of the home. God always starts in the home first. So instead of looking to add in more, if you're going to add in more, then you have to let something go. That's like the rule. I always let things go if things are coming in, because you don't want to just shove stuff in and I'm just going to add this to the pile of stuff. Let some things go. If you don't know where to donate, or you don't have, a purpose for those things that you're letting go, find something that's really close to your heart, like maybe a orphanage, or maybe a library, or maybe a shelter for battered women. Find something that you want to bless. Maybe it's veterans, maybe it's a homeless, maybe whatever it is. Maybe it's an animal place, they need old towels, or old bedding, stained bedding, or whatever that can be used for dogs or whatever. Give them. Also, states have a lot of kids that are exiting out of foster care that need things. They need textiles, and they need kitchen appliances, and they need dishes. And don't just give your old stuff. Clean it up. Like, if you have a mismatched set of dishes, but it's still good, make sure it's washed. Clothes, make sure they're washed. Don't give stains and holes and things like that. So you're going through, and it's much easier to let go when you're giving with a purpose, and that you're giving nice things. That makes a big difference. A lot of the times, if the stuff's really, really junky, I'll just bring it to Goodwill, because I don't really care about Goodwill. And then the stuff that's nicer, I will give it with a purpose to somebody who I know loves it, or somebody who I know will find a blessing in it or use for it. But when you're going through your home, don't get stuck, oh, this was a good deal. If you have to If that's why you're keeping it, because it was a good deal, but you don't really love it, let it go. Because what's going to happen during this process is you're not only liberating yourself from lower things and you're liberating yourself from all of the excuses of all of the things that you don't need, you're actually going to then be surrounded by what you love. And when you're surrounded by the things that you love, it makes you function better. Like you do better. You are more productive. You are more clear. There's more clarity. Your space feels better. There's more order. And when there's order, there's wealth. Wealth always flows when there's order. When there's chaos and there's dysfunction and there's a bunch of clutter, it's anxiety central, and it makes it a lot harder for you to be your highest self when you're not willing to let go of the lower things. So I do get a lot of women that are reaching out and asking, where do I start? What do I do? You have to just start by letting go of what you don't love. Keep what you love and let go of what you don't love. If you have to ask yourself, should I keep this? Usually the answer is in the question. And no, because if you loved it, you wouldn't be asking yourself, should I keep this? And it gets easier as you go along. So the more that you let go, you might have to do the process 3 or 4 times. You might have to continue going through stuff multiple times. I mean, I'm purging all the time. I like bringing new stuff in. I like fresh pieces. Sometimes things, I do wear clothes out quite a bit. Like I'll get my use out of them, and then I'm like, okay, I need to retire this. I've been wearing the same pants on and off for, the past 6 months. Sometimes it's time to just let those things go so you can make room for something better. So you're always just making room for the good that you desire. There's plenty of it. So you let go first to make room for the good that you desire. And then in the meantime, your life becomes a vessel where you are blessed to be a blessing. You're blessing others. Things are flowing to you and through you. It's not hoarding. When there's hoarding, there's a lack mentality. When you're hoarding things, that's coming from fear of either fear of letting go of the past or fear of the unknown in the future. Either way, it comes from fear. But if you are giving and things are flowing and you are releasing, that means that you're in a state of faith and you're constantly exercising your faith, knowing that you have more than enough, knowing that the good that you desire is on the way, and you're blessed. When you give and you're blessing, you're subconsciously telling yourself, I have plenty. I am blessed. There's more than enough. When you are holding and hoarding, you're subconsciously telling yourself, there's not enough. I need to keep this. There's lack. Those are 2 very different ways that your life will flow from. So you got to watch that. So get in the flow. Let things start flowing to you and through you. You don't have to hoard everything. Keep what you love and let go of the rest. And that'll start bringing you some liberation and freedom.